Hey Jamie, long time no talk. How's you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Good.
Well, last episode we covered a lot of different things, most improved team, notable transfers, things like that. This time, let's just jump into who we see top four guys and do a little, maybe a finals pick, and then along the way we'll do a Penn State preview at each weight class since they've got guys at least in 7 or 8 weight classes that could be national champs.
Oh, no doubt. They technically they lost Strachey and Kirkfleet and Bartlett, right? Just
Yep.
those three?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I think
they
this is
had
called
10 All-Americans last year. They lost three. So yeah, they've reloaded to a degree.
I mean, I almost think in the dictionary, this is probably the definition of reloading. I guess there is some, the biggest doubt would be at heavyweight with Cole Marasola. Um, but time will tell.
Yeah, he's a little undersized for sure, at the moment, but we've seen small heavyweights do very well in the past.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I mean, he is, right? He posted his weight and it was surprisingly small, right? This summer?
Well, he wrestled 97 kilos, right?
I think so. Or maybe he didn't. I thought someone posted his weigh-in sheet and he was like actually below that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Um,
Yeah, I thought I heard uh Askren came on FRL last week or two, and I feel like he said they're getting big because they had talked about the prospect of the smaller trying to go 84, and they said it wasn't likely.
got it. Speaking of which, I don't know if you saw that new video of Ben Askren like doing I don't know, he stepped into the right hand side and getting a what collar, and that was a Russian tie or something. I don't know if it was his wife or daughter, but he looked a lot better in that video. Came out yesterday or the day before than anything that I've seen since he's been out of the hospital.
Certainly looks like he's. I haven't followed all of his videos of late, but certainly looks like he has started to put some of the weight back on for sure.
I know a lot of people don't like Ben, but like I like Ben. Um, it's been pretty crazy to see the number of people who've gone to his place to just be with him. Um,
Yeah.
it's really remarkable, and most people don't see that. I'm not on Twitter very much. I don't know if he posts it, but I've seen all sorts of people from wrestling and MMA showing up at his place to hang out, which is, I mean, that's just a real sign of, I guess, just general respect for the person, right? Like that's just it's easy to kick someone when they're down. It's hard to fly to wherever he lives in Wisconsin because it's not close to an airport. And then
Right.
you got restrictions where you're not really supposed to be inside with him for that long and all those other things. And it just I like following his progress. Someone was pushing back on him saying, the average person with a lung transplant lives 2 years. And then he was like, yeah, that's because the average person's like 80 or 84, right? So, so that skews the results. Um, he does have to take whatever 40 anti-rejection pills a day, which seems unbelievably. I mean, that's how hard the body thinks that these things aren't part of it. Like it's trying to fight
Yeah.
that. But I mean, he was in great shape for his. I mean, top 1/10 of 1% for being in shape because I mean, he's rolling around with guys up until this point every day, all day,
Right.
right at his club and his academy, his regional training center. Anyway, keep it up, Ben. Keep the recovery going.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, so let's just jump in here. I don't know. You want to do top four? You want to do our finalists?
I mean, finalists are going to be tough with some of these, but
Yep.
yeah, top four, top five ish.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let's start at 125. We got the returning champ, Vince Robinson, Troy Spratley, Luke Lillendahl, Eddie Ventresca, Sheldon Seymour, Steve O'Poulin, Jet Strittenberger, Jory Volk, Nicola Rivera, and Dean Peterson in the top 10 of Intermat. Where are
And
you
I
at?
think at first glance, it looks like it's NCAA placement throwing out any graduating seniors. Because to me, Luke was number one going into the tournament, got upset, and came back for third. I think he is the consensus number one at this point, but I understand that in the last tournament they all wrestled in, these are the places, so that's kind of what they went with. But I think you'll see Luke get ahead of those guys. Now he won't see either of those two, I don't believe, anywhere this year. So it's going to be hard to actually pass them, but I do think he's going to be end up on top at the end.
I agree with you. I got Luke as the champion. I mean, he ended up losing to you know the Lehigh kid.
Seymour.
Seymour. Was that in the semis?
Quarters. I think that was
Quarters.
the disastrous quarter round where
That's
everybody
right.
lost.
Yeah. So I mean, Lilladol, you know, um, Robinson came out of nowhere. Let's put it that way. And I think Lilladol learned a lot from that. He's got a fairly easy schedule compared to some. So he's got Matt Ramos at Purdue. He's got Seymour again at the Lehigh match. He's got who was that? Milan at Cornell, oh, that's the wrong person. Caleb Smith, Nebraska. Blake West, 16, Northern Illinois. Um, Dean Peterson, uh, am I looking at last year? I'm supposed to be looking at this year. Don't even listen to me. Can we redo that whole thing? I'm kidding. Who's he have? He's got Seymour. He's got Nico Provo. He's got Dean Peterson in the Iowa match. Jacob Moran and Brendan McCrone, at least right now projected. So no one in the real. Is there anybody in the top 10 there? Peterson's in the top 10. So, I mean, I think we're going to have to get to Big Tens to see how he's doing. I would expect him to be lighting people up this year, right? He's felt it. He's gotten stronger. He's seen the game. Um, and, Seymour was able to slow that match down, frustrate him, and then capitalize. I'm guessing that's not going to happen this year.
Yeah, I was trying to see the journeyman event that they're going to be at, which teams they had, because as far as seeing some of these guys, but I'm not seeing which journeyman's got so many events these days. It's hard to keep track of which ones which, and even to search. Uh,
What day is that?
collegiate, journeyman collegiate duels looks like December 20th, 21st.
So right now it looks like they've got Stanford and at least according to WrestleStat, Stanford and oh,
North Dakota.
I just lost it. So
Yeah, Stanford and North Dakota looks like the only two they show. But I thought they would have a third in there. They had three last year,
maybe you have to win the bracket to see who the third team is.
possibly.
All
But
right.
it's not none of those other big teams are even there because
Yeah.
most of them are doing national duels and stuff. And
Right.
this is kind of their Christmas tournament they're doing instead of going to Scuffle or Cliff Keen or Midlands or Soldier Salute.
Right. Well, we both have Little Doll. Who knows what the bracket looks like, but I would imagine Robinson's going to have a really good year. Spratley looked really good, and Ventruska. Those are my top four. And
Yeah, Ventresca. I was I had the national duels pulled up because some of those I think are going to meet. NC State wrestles Northern Iowa, and Oklahoma State has Cornell, but Oklahoma State, NC State could if they win, they meet each other.
Big time.
Yeah. And Virginia Tech is on the other side, but they could get Ohio State, who apparently the rumor is back that they're gonna try and cut Buzakis down to 25.
No kidding. That's a, oh boy.
He hasn't been there since I forget which year in high school. I went back and looked before.
But it
I
wasn't his
can't
senior
imagine.
year, right? It was his,
No.
yeah, it was like his sophomore or his junior year, right?
Yeah. I have to go back and look to see. I had pulled it up at one point, and it's been a while
Gotcha.
since he's been down to that light. So yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that
I
it
I
would
just
be
can't.
great. I mean, he would be if he's effective, he would be legit.
If he had the cardio there, he would be. He'd be a monster,
Yeah.
right? Just
2020 COVID
that was it.
or or the yeah the fall of 2020, maybe right before COVID actually shut everything down. Uh, he was at 126.
There you go. Wow. Wow. Phew. Okay. Well, we'll see how that unfolds. See if he makes weight. See if it's a second semester thing. I don't know.
I think they were saying at least as far as he was going to try and certify there.
Gotcha. Got it. Yeah. One of my least favorite things, trying to convince my son not to cut weight this year. Couldn't make the weight going to the freak show, so we're not going. Anyway,
Oh wow.
yeah. I don't know what he was thinking. Big kid. Put the weight on. All right,
Yeah.
let's jump up to 33. Unless you had anything else at 25.
Trying to see if there's any new. I don't think Seymour is gonna stay that high. I mean, he's got a good room. He's got good people working with him, but I, I'm calling flash in the pan. But trying to see if there's any other like freshmen or Barrick Jordan from Oklahoma. The kid was super legit in high school. That could be a real tough very first match for Lilidol. Uh, I wonder if they wrestled in high school. But yeah, no, I'd say that's it for 25. I'm trying to think somewhere they probably have a list of the incoming freshmen, but go ahead and move on 33. I'll try to see if there's anything else out there that would be of interest.
133, we got returning champion Lucas Bird, Illinois. Then we had Ayala take second. Crookham, who was out with injury, who was ranked number one, I think, the entire season. And that's the top. Then you got Fugit, Frost, Jacob Van D, Ragusin, I think is coming back from injury this year, and Tyler Knox, who had a good season for Stanford, Dylan Shaver, Braxton Brown from Maryland, and then Richard Figueroa, who transferred as a national, well, he was a national champ 2 years ago from Arizona State to Oklahoma State. And Ben Davino, boy, it's a solid weight class. Ben Davino from Ohio State, I mean, that's pretty good. And we haven't even talked about the freshman who could be wrestling for Penn State.
Yeah, they are not ranking true freshmen, which I get because they don't have any college experience. But yeah, Blaze, assuming they he wrestles and Ono red shirts, Blaze or Ono, either one's going to be legit top three, four guys for sure. But it's a deep weight, like you said. Ragusin, I feel like I just heard he's moving up to 41.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, like you said, I mean, you got Figuerero down at 11, who's returning champ, moving up. Davino, legit freshman coming in. I mean, yeah, that weight is deep.
It's deep. And, Blaze, to me, I mean, he fits right in the top. Bird, I don't think anybody had him being the champ at the beginning of the season. Long, longer, lanky guy. Not as long as his girlfriend, obviously. Made a lot of news with his girlfriend. Uh, Ayala looked like he was going to be cruising to that title once Crookham got hurt. Crookham, can he stay healthy? Right? I mean, can he learn how to wrestle in positions that don't put his body at risk? I probably repeated it 100 times, but I think it was it Morgan McIntosh? I think it was Morgan McIntosh told me he was we were standing somewhere at a tournament and he's like, yeah, it took me till my senior year to figure out how to not just compete in bad positions, but practice in bad positions. Could have been Jaden Cox. I can't remember. It was one of the two of them. I was standing between them at some tournament somewhere. So I mean, Crookham's got the talent. Ayala's got the talent. Whoever goes for Penn State right now, WrestleStat has its Blaze and Ono is redshirting to learn more about folk style, but I've heard Ono say he's going. So I don't know who it is, but this is a tough weight class, and I could see, who knows how it all falls out, but Penn State at this weight class doesn't see, let's see, whoever's there will see Crookham, Tyler Knox, Dylan Shawver, Drake Ayala, Braxton Brown, Jacob Van D, Ben Davino. That's a pretty, whoever goes, we're going to know by the time Big Tens come around how they're doing.
Yeah, they'll be fully tested for sure.
Battle tested.
Yep. That this weight will somewhat shake itself out through the, if not the Big Ten season, the whole season,
Yeah.
because it's very Big Ten heavy for sure, as you could tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven of the top 10, and then Davino's at 12.
Exactly. Um, yeah. I mean, this is really tough. And Davino's one of those tough guys. I mean, he could easily be in the finals himself.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. Yep. So this is going to really, we're not being very definitive, but that's how I see it. Uh, Anything before we go to 41?
No, I mean, if Bird can repeat or if can Ayala get over the hump and actually win a finals match.
Exactly. I mean, this is one of the things. Can the Brands brothers make these guys better? Right? I
Right.
mean, you know, we'll find out. They're coming in with a good team. Will they, if they don't finish second, there'll be heat on them. So, and right, who was their last national champ?
Uh 197
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
transfer.
Yeah. Oh,
He won
yeah.
it last
Stephen
year.
Buchanan. Right? Who
Yeah.
came in as a transfer, right? Wasn't coached up there. Came in and right. He was a champ, but he wasn't. What gave him the edge? Was it being a 17-year senior or whatever it was? I mean, anyway, be curious if they can coach up Ayala. But either way, I think Ono or Blaze. And if it's Blaze, I mean, I got to think he's a title contender. Ono's a question mark. Can he get out from bottom? Right.
Right.
And I've heard he's unbelievably strong. Right. Who did he wrestle? Where he wrestled Spencer Lee. Right.
Yep.
And he was stronger than Spencer. I don't know if I've ever said that before.
No, Spencer's always been stronger than everybody. The one question people are asking is you have the 5 dates for true freshmen. Is Ono considered a true freshman?
He has 1 year of eligibility, right?
1 year plus a red shirt.
1 year plus a redshirt. Good question. I wonder if the NCAA even knows. Right?
Yeah, I mean, how does the international transfers and all that kind of stuff really work? I mean, they gave him those 2 years, but does he qualify for those 5 dates? And
Right.
could you see him in a match somewhere?
That'd be awesome. Right. And
Yeah, or is he going to be on the the open scene all year long?
right. Whoever it is, if he goes and Blaze sits, which I don't think that's the case. Either way, like you want, Kale has been pretty good and company, Kale and company, about getting freshmen time out there or guys who are just working hard. So you got to figure they'll pick their spots, put people in. That'll, whoever is out, it'll make them feel pretty good if they're out there in front of 8,000 or 16,000, depending on the venue. Um, whether it's Lucas Cochran beating Big Slav, bumping up a weight, or, Evans or, I don't know, someone else going out there and just competing hard. Those kids really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 41, we have yet another returning champion, Jesse Mendez coming in at one, Brock Hardy two, Luke Stanich three, Zeth Romney four, CJ Composto five, Echemendia six, Ryan Jack seven, Vumbar eight, Braden Davis 9 and Sergio Lemley 10. Nasir Bailey 11. Um, yeah, Wyatt Henson 14. I don't know. That's again pretty good weight class here. If you got Nasir Bailey all the way out at 11, um,
Now
Braden
he's
Davis,
coming up from 33,
he is.
so there's question marks there. Stanich is coming up from 25, but everyone is loving his freestyle results this summer and thinking it he's full sized and ready to go. So I can see the excitement for that. Uh, didn't hear specifics of what the injury was from coming back from Worlds. Might have been like a small scope procedure on a knee or something, I think. But
Yeah, I didn't ask around much. I've been kind of out of the scene, so um, I don't know. I have no inside info on that. But you got to think Jesse right now is looking like the favorite. I mean, he's looked really great over the last couple seasons. And his only nemesis is gone, Bo Bartlett. So, um, Brock Hardy, another, I mean, just putting together a great career at Nebraska. Um, you got to figure, to me, Stanich, Hardy, and Mendez are probably the top four coming in.
yeah, I mean, those top two definitely have some separation. Mendez and Hardy. Stanich, I understand why he's up there, but his, I mean, it's a big deal jumping up, and it's not freestyle. And I know he's not a traditional freestyle guy, but I'd love to see him break into that finals. But it's you got two very proven seniors ahead of you.
Without a doubt. I guess the thing I like most about Stanich is I don't know if it's his, I don't think it's his wrestling. It's his desire to compete. Like he's just got a desire that the matches I've watched, he just gets after it, and I appreciate that. We haven't even talked about what's going to happen at Penn State right now. It looks like Braden Davis is a starter, but Aaron Nagao is supposedly 100%. I don't know if that match is a clear cut win for Davis. I've heard otherwise in the past, so I don't know what it is now. But I wonder if they're going to end up wrestling off for this spot to start the season to see who does. Because it's easy to beat somebody. It's not easy, but it's easier to prepare and beat somebody in the room. And it's, most coaches like to have that measure of competition from guys, during a match or a tournament.
Yeah, no, it you got to favor Mendez. I mean, two-time champ coming back for a third, but a lot of guys have got two and just couldn't get the third.
This is true. I would pick Mendez and Hardy in the finals. I don't know if Stanich can make a run there. Penn, there's so much change there, and I've heard there's a lot of discord in that room right now. So, and to me, it's not really a dark horse. Is can Echemendia wrestle hard at that weight? Because if he can, I just think he's a really tough out.
No, I agree. The only thing I was gonna say, I was most like I met Composto this summer at camp.
Yep.
Awesome kid, real looks huge for 41. For one, I was surprised he was not named captain. I only randomly saw that Penn announced their captains, and he wasn't one of them. I was a little surprised by that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I I don't have insight into that, but I've just heard that the last year of Rena's reign and this transition has not been, I don't know. I don't know if it's character of the kids or something was going on above that. I've just heard that there's with all the change that has happened with Brandon Slay leaving, there's just something going on in that room that is not good for the program.
oh wow, interesting.
Yeah, that's just all rumor mill. I don't know what to say, but uh, there we're at. That's where we're at.
Yeah, it's a tough wait. But Davis, can he handle going up one more weight from Penn State? If he's the guy, Nagao, I think is the other one in the potential
Yep.
41 spot. Uh, so I mean, they got him looking on the outside, looking in at this point at 9, right on the edge. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think so. I would imagine that they won't settle this in the room. They'll alternate each other unless there's a clear cut, um, what do you call it? A clear cut winner in the room. I would imagine that you'd want to keep both guys engaged, even if there is a clear cut winner. You know, I, Davis took fifth last year. What was he? Round of 12 the year before. He's getting better. It just like what was his loss at NCAAs last year? It was to hold on a second. Zane Fugit and Luke. So he lost to Bird 12-1, got majored, and then he ended up losing to Fugit in an 8-5 match, which I don't think it was that close, right? So I don't know. It just didn't feel like he was pushing. I don't know if that's pushing the pace or he was mentally ready for that match in the on the backside, but time will tell, I guess. And I would imagine we'd see both guys out there to keep them both competing hard, so no one gets complacent about you know being the guy for the spot.
Well, Davis has a red shirt, I believe.
Let's see. Um, Trying to pull it up right now.
Didn't he go as a
He's,
true
I
freshman?
think you're right. I think he did. But when they've got him down here, I don't know if that means that where's he at? I'm trying to. Here we go. Yeah, he won as a true freshman, round of 12. Sophomore, he was fifth last year. So
Yeah,
they could do it. I don't know if WrestleStat has any inside information putting him down as the starter and the Gal not, but you know, and Cal Nasdio from your alma mater, he bumped up there last year, did not have a great season. I can't imagine he's gonna make a push for the lineup.
agreed. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think 41, I think he's probably still undersized unless he's packed on a ton of weight and size over the summer. 33 feels like a better fit for him size wise, but that's kind of a loaded weight.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the best thing you could be looking for right there is an All-American as a Penn State fan. And you know, if Davis goes on a run, maybe he gets to the finals. I just don't think Hardy and Mendez are going to be knocked off.
No, I agree. I think that's gonna Stanich or somebody like that would have to go on a run
Yeah.
and pull an upset for that to happen.
Yeah. All right, jump up to 49. We have another returning national champion, Caleb Henson, Virginia Tech, Shane Van Ness, Lachlan McNeil, formerly of North Carolina, is now at Michigan. Ethan Stiles, formerly of Oregon State, at Ohio State. Panero Johnson, Iowa State. Tegan Jamison, Oklahoma State. Cross Walensky at Penn. Wazlewski, I'm sorry. Willie McDougall, is that right? West Virginia. And then it drops off from there. Chance Lamer is number 13 at Nebraska. Caleb Rathjen, Northern Iowa. Anyway, so to me, right, I'm the top three guys: McNeil, Van Ness, Henson, and really, you know, I gotta say it's Henson and Van Ness at this point. Uh,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Those two are in a tier of themselves.
and so you got to wonder, like, so Shane Van Ness has been third, and then injured, and then third. This is his red shirt senior year. So he has 1 year, 1 more year of eligibility. Been third twice. You know, he went on the big run as his first year where he didn't come in highly seeded and made it all the way. He's kind of a bright lights guy. Last year he ended up losing to Ridge Lovett 14-8 after, right? Didn't he beat Lovett in the duel?
I think so.
Oh no, he got majored. My bad. He got majored by Lovett in the duel. 10-2. That's right. Holy cow, right? That was a beating. That was a beating. So it was 14-8 at NCAAs, and then that was it. So Lovett is out of there. He didn't get to wrestle um, Henson. Let's see. They didn't wrestle at all during the year either. I don't know if they wrestled last year. Let's see. Caleb Henson lost to him 5-3 at NCAAs. Anyway, that's you got to figure those are the two guys, and until someone says otherwise, and I'd pick them for the finals. Uh, if they get to the finals, and I mean Henson he's a solid dude, so I don't know if that can be reversed by Shane Van Ness. So he was fifth, first, and then second. He ended up losing to Lovett in the finals. So last year, but won the year
There,
before. Caleb Henson.
one of the
Oh,
one of
but
the Lovett matches went sideways really quick and early and was kind of bizarre. And I'm drawing a blank if it was the semi match or if it was the Big Ten or the duel.
the dual match was like that was like I think Shane Van Ness got in, uh, Lovett sat the corner, and then went to work, and like Van Ness didn't have any. I think he gave up back points. Like he was completely dominated in that match. It wasn't as close as 10-2. And maybe I don't want to say he gave up a little bit because he kept trying. I remember he had good effort even in the third period, but I'm not sure he was ready for the feel that Lovett presented to him. And I'm guessing that's why the NCAA match was much closer. 3 points,
Yeah,
even
I was
though
trying to look at the box score for the NCAA one because I feel like it was something. There was something about it that was unique. Did he get reversed to his back late or something?
I am not sure. I think there was a reversal or points scored by um, Shane Van Ness, and then there was a counter that was not expected immediately by
He got a takedown, three near fall, four near fall in the first period. So he was up 10-0 after one.
oh, that's in the duel.
No, in NCAAs.
On here it says it was oh, never mind, 14-8. So it was,
Yeah,
no
but he was
kidding.
up 10-0.
10-0 after one period. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's tough hole to climb out of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he's out of the bracket. Glad he got his championship also.
Yes.
And he's just good for the sport. Um, and then Henson. So I don't know. Any other thoughts between Henson and Van Ness and
I,
McNeil,
I
Styles,
mean,
Johnson?
I think Van Ness has had his way with McNeil in the past. He beat him 7-2 in the quarters last year. But I think seems to have kind of plateaued and has been the same.
Yeah,
I think he's going to have to make a jump if he's going to beat Henson.
you could be right. So he has Joffrey at 11. He's got Parco 16. He's got Andrew Clark at 14. He's got Chance Lamer at 13. Lachlan McNeil, Ethan Styles as possible opponents this year. So, I mean, maybe the hardest one would be just measuring yourself versus Lamer and McNeil, because otherwise, I don't see much of a challenge there. I mean, he should, if he's going to be a national champion or a finalist, he should be going into Big Tens undefeated. Should be
Yeah, I
going
mean
NCAAs undefeated, really.
and is the Lamer won second semester.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the third last match, I think it was.
Yep. Yeah, at the end of January.
Well, that's Van Ness 49. I'm going to take him over Henson just because I'm a homer. No, I just think if he can, he's a big time guy. So, all right. So Lovett had it on him and he couldn't figure Lovett out, but I think he can figure most people out. And he's got a high wrestling IQ.
Yeah, no, Henson's tough. I'm thinking he's gonna win it. Would be my pick,
Okay.
and Van Ness is going to be in that 2-3 range again.
All right. 57. We've got um bit of a
Who
we got
goes for Penn State? Who do you
that's
think goes?
that's the question, huh? Like this is I've heard some crazy things um like at one point Kasich was talking about going up in weight. I don't know to where, right?
I mean, they both have red shirts,
They do. My understanding is both guys want to go.
right?
So do you give Duke 5 matches? Duke's wrestling a lot. Like he's been wrestling a lot. He shows he's ready to go. Don't know what that looks like. Everybody has kind of just assumed it's going to be Duke that I've talked to. I just don't. I don't. Kasich is such a gamer. I just don't. First of all, I can't see the position being settled. So they would be going alternating matches or however the staff wants it. Both guys would be getting mat time if there's not a red shirt. And at some point, you got to talk one of them into, hey, this is your final match that you can do without red shirting.
I mean, the
And
logic, a
okay,
theory is you go with Duke this year because he's not seeing 57 again.
interesting. Maybe. Who said that?
I've heard it on different podcasts, people theorizing that Kasich is already struggling to make, or I mean, Duke is saying that 70 kilos is not an easy pull for him now.
Yeah.
So get him in at 57 this year while it's doable, and then redshirt him next year, and things start to free up, and you have a little more space and a little more room in the lineup to get them both in.
Be curious because what Kasich didn't want to, right, redshirt his freshman year, fought his way into the lineup over, was it Facundo? Or was
Yep.
that last year? Or both years? He replaced Van Ness his first year, right?
Yes.
And then last year he beat Facundo out up at the Army
Black Knight.
tournament, Black Knight. So I can't imagine that they're going to be able to talk Kasich into a red shirt. Like I just see him as competitive. I haven't talked to him recently, so I don't have any inside information. But this guy is just super competitive. I could see how that would make sense for the staff, but like you
Because
know,
Haynes is a senior,
yep,
and
Messon brings a junior
so Messer brings a junior. Maybe he moves up to fill Haynes' spot, and then that opens up the 65,
for Duke.
57, and 65 for Kasich and or Duke.
Yeah. Gonna be interesting, Jamie. Either way, like I don't think it's gonna be settled. Like I just can't imagine they're gonna say one of these guys is gonna take a red shirt right away. Like I just think that there's gonna be a feeling out process. Both guys are such gamers that it's really hard to imagine that they would want to take a year off. And I don't know what interview it was. It was after Worlds or maybe it was before Worlds. Duke is like, I wish I could wrestle every month, like hard. Right? I was like,
I mean, he's going to U23s, I think.
exactly right. It's pretty remarkable. So this weight is, I would just say, besides that, we got returning champ Taylor, um, and uh, Joey. Is Joey Blaze going back up? Where's he at?
Yeah, they did put him in. I had heard that the other day, and it looks like Intermat has him at 65.
65. So that's who beat Kasich last year at NCAA. So you got Taylor coming in at 1, Shapiro at 3, although I think I've heard he's only second semester. Daniel Cardenas, Stanford at 4, Vinny Zerbane, from Northern Colorado, now Iowa State. 5, Ty Waters coming back from injury at 6. Don't sleep on that guy. He is really tough. Um,
Yep.
Going up in weight. I mean, yeah, just he's got to stay healthy. Jackson Harrington, 7. Brandon
He's
Cannon,
dangerous.
totally dangerous guy. Cannon, 8. And then, things kind of thin out. North Dakota, Illinois, Hippolito, Jude Swisher, Ethan Miller. So to me, it's really, the top 7, maybe. I don't know if Cannon can make that. Cannon looked really good last year at moments too. Top 8, I don't know. Um, right?
There's lineup questions with Ohio State in those middleweights
There
with
is.
Cannon at 57, Gallagher 65, Ethan Burden at 65. Uh,
Yep.
but yeah,
Blazakis at
Cannon's
65. Kidding. Um,
maybe.
Maybe. I mean, he is kind of small. So who do you think is going to go for Penn State, and who do you think is going to be in the finals?
I feel like the coaches get what they want more often than not, and if they're thinking lineup synergy, I think they'll get Kasich the redshirt, but that's just a guess.
So if Duke is in there, I mean, Duke has showed us just like Blaze, that he can compete with anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's on the senior team, so I don't know how many of these guys tried to compete for that senior spot. I don't think Shapiro did. Did Cardenas? Anyway, I gotta pick like Duke to. I mean, he's in the top 4 if he goes. Shapiro. I don't know if he'd feel him before. So whoever goes at this weight class, they would end up seeing Luke Nichter, Roslinski, Daniel Cardenas is at the what's it called? Popolizio's thing.
Journeyman. Yep.
Yep, journeyman. Gavin Drexler is 14. Jordan Williams, Iowa 9. Antrell Taylor, and then Brandon Cannon. So you're going to get to see the returning champ here. You're going to get to see a handful of top 10 guys. It's not as tough as it is at 41. But you get an idea of what they're going to look like if it is Duke.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, he's shown he's college ready with all of the people he beat to make the senior team this year. And the other flip side is they do redshirt him because he needs a break, and they want to give him some time off. I mean, you've if you looked at the All-Star Classic stuff, you could see there's next to no Penn State guys in that roster, and it's primarily because their first event is U23s. That's really where their team is going to be
Yep.
the beginning of the year.
Exactly. Right. So it's not just that you give him a break, but he's training freestyle. He's been training
Right.
senior worlds, U23s. So it's one of those things where, to me, I know he grew up wrestling folk style, but there's stuff in college you got to learn, like how to get out from bottom. And it's a little different than it is in high school, especially if you got someone who's tough on you. Not that Taylor's a beast on top, but Shapiro's a little bit crafty. And so, oh, crap, I minimized out to see who's there. But who else is tough on top here? Waters for sure,
Yeah.
Cardenas. Um, so it's one of those things. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I hope that one of them goes peacefully to a red shirt, and instead of contesting it and you know, uh, having battle on each other. But that's how these guys are so good, right? They've got that. I'm a bull. I'm the best. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and Kayla and them have worked through this in the past with other people, and made it work and kept everyone happy and harmonious and all that stuff. But this could be a new test.
All right, Jamie. Let's do the second half at a later date because I have to grab my daughter.
Not a problem.
Hey,
We'll keep
everybody. We'll
people
do.
in anticipation.
Everybody, we'll do better next time. Peace. Talk to you.